Hey YouTube, it's your girl mikaTOOfancy and I'm here with another YouTube tutorial. I am going to show you how I achieve this really pretty glam Christmas makeup look. I actually recorded another Christmas look on my Snapchat and you guys went absolutely crazy over it. Like on one of my Snapchats I got like 26,000 views. Like yeah. So we're gonna try to make this happen on YouTube this time. So I'm gonna show you how I achieved this really pretty gold and burgundy. It's like a copperish burgundy wine. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but I'm just gonna say it's a Christmas look for right now. So if y'all want to see how I achieved this look, then y'all keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so my eyebrows are already done. If you want to see a detailed video on how I do my eyebrows, I will have that video down below. Now I'm just going ahead and add my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And I'm going into this old Morphe palette, I believe, and picking up that orange shade and using a big fluffy brush to use that shade as my transition color. So I'm just going to apply that with my big fluffy brush right in the center of my crease and bluff it out nice and pretty. You can pack on as much color as you want. I actually wanted this transition shade to pick up a lot, so I actually picked up a lot of shadow on my brush and applied that in that crease. Now I'm actually going to go into my Morphe the Little palette, and I'm picking up that orange, the darker orange, burnt orange shade, and I'm using a brush and I'm just applying that in my inner and outer corner on both sides of my eye. And that's just to deepen up this eyeshadow look that I'm actually going for. And once I have that burnt orange nice and blended, then I'm going to go back into that Morphe palette that we used to apply that orange. And I'm going to pick up that burgundy shade with a pointer brush and apply that exactly where we just applied that burnt orange in the outer and inner portions of our eye. And we're going to just drag that across to blend that out nice and seamlessly. Same thing for the other eye. Blend, blend, blend. So once we have that burgundy shadow pretty much blended out and nice and seamless like we want, then I'm actually going to go into my Kylie Cosmetics copper cream eyeshadow, and I'm using my finger to apply this in the center portion of my lower eyelid. I use my finger instead of a brush because it just picks up the texture a lot better when you apply it with your finger. So I'm applying that in the center of my eye, and I'm going to go back into that brush that we used previously to blend out any sharp edges from where we just applied that cream shadow. Same thing for the other eye. Just make sure everything is nice and blended, nice and pretty. And from there, I'm going to actually going to pick up an NYX glitter. This is a gold glitter that I'm actually going to be using, and I'm applying that right on top of where we applied that Kylie Cosmetics copper shadow, just so it can be a little bit more vibrant and sparkly since this is a Christmas tutorial. Once we have our gold glitter applied on top of that gold cream shadow, then I'm actually going to go into my Becca Jaclyn Hill palette to do my brow highlight. Once our brow highlight is on, we're going to make sure we have it nice and blended as well. And I already have applied my lashes, and now we're going to go ahead and start on our face. I used a makeup wipe to get any fallout off my face, and I'm using my Cover FX primer to prime my face. Alright guys, so once our primer is on, I'm using this LA Girl Pro Longwear Concealer to color correct, and I'm going to blend it out with a damp beauty blender and set that on my Laura Mercier powder. And then we're going to go ahead and add our foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the Smashbox Studio Skin foundation, and I'm going to use that with the damp beauty blender to apply my foundation. And I'm also going to use the Smashbox concealer as well. This is in the shade medium dark, and this actually dries pretty fast, so I want to go ahead and blend that out before I apply it on the other areas of my face. So I'm using that medium dark to under my, well, I'm using the medium dark all over my face, and then I'm going to actually apply some medium concealer on top of that medium dark where I have my under eye concealer, just so it can brighten up the look a little bit more and have a little bit more popping. So that's what you see me doing right here, just adding that medium concealer on top of where we just applied our medium dark concealer. I just like applying them separately because I feel like it just picks up the color more opposed to blending them in. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that last. So I'm going ahead and blend that out again with my damp beauty blender. And from there, I am just going to make sure that I set where we just applied our under eye concealer with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So I'm just baking, as you guys like to call it, and I'm going to go ahead and conceal the other areas of my face using my medium dark concealer from Smashbox. Using that same beauty blender, I'm going to blend that out. And I actually picked up these little small beauty blenders from Ulta. They're like the cutest thing. I am in love with them. They're so cute. So I'm using my little baby beauty blender to blend out my concealer. And once we have that nice and blended, we're going to unbake using a big face brush. So as you can see, I'm brushing away that translucent powder that we used to set underneath our eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and set the other areas of my face that we just applied our concealer. Now it's time to contour. Instead of using a dark concealer, I'm actually using this BB cream, well, this BB foundation from Black Radiance, which was actually a little bit too dark for me, but I'm using that to contour. And that's just going to make sure that everything is nice and blended perfectly. I actually like using foundation, a darker foundation, opposed to a darker concealer when I'm contouring, just because I feel like it blends a lot more easier. So using my baby beauty blender, I'm blending out my contour, and then we're going to set that using our Black Radiance contour palette. Alright, so once our contour is nice and blended, we're going to go into our Laura Mercier translucent powder to just carve out that contour. I actually like the look of it. It just makes it look a little bit more chiseled and popping. And I'm going to actually use that translucent powder to set my forehead because I forgot. Going into that same contour palette that we used on our cheeks, I'm using a smaller brush to contour my nose. And once we're finished contouring our nose, I'm going to dust off that translucent powder that we used to chisel out that contour. And from there, I'm going to go into that same eyeshadow that we used in our crease to apply on our lower lash line. I first picked up that orange color and applied that on my lower lash line, and then I went back in with that pencil brush and picked up the burgundy and applied that on my lower lash line as well. Now it's time to highlight. I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Becca highlight. Applying some blush. And I actually lost my fan brush, so I'm using a other brush to apply my highlight. But definitely use a fan brush. It works 20 times better. Same highlight that we use in our nose, the Jaclyn Hill by Becca. Now going into my Kylie Cosmetics lip kit. This is in the color Neo. It was part of her birthday collection. I'm using that lip liner to outline my lips, and I'm applying that liquid lipstick in the outer portions of my lips and using a redder shade from Sephora to apply in the center for an ombre lip. And then I went ahead and set my face using my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I forgot to line out my bottom lash line, so I'm using that, doing that, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara, and then we are done.